night, Governor Soludo restates commitment to improving welfare of Anambra. Anambra State Government introduces Civil Service Theft Loan Scheme. Nigerian Institute of Public Relations to go after fake practitioners. COVID-19 variant is spreading to more countries. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening. Welcome to the evening news. My name is Chidimma Orangwa. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo says the welfare of the common Onyanambra remains paramount to his administration. Government House correspondent Ejike Abana reports that the governor stated this at Agolo while fielding questions from the media shortly after delivering his broadcast on the federal government's effort to cushion the effect of the country's economic challenges. His report.
Governor Soludo explained that Anambra State government got a note in writing that the federal government has a plan to give the states 4 billion naira loan each, out of which 2 billion naira has already been received. He stressed that the purpose of the loan is to purchase rice, pointing out that for the repayment plan, the federal government will pay back 52%, while the state will pay back 48% after 3 months moratorium for over 20 months. Professor Soludo, however, assured that Anambra State government's response is much more expansive and encompassing to accommodate salary adjustment, cash awards, tax reductions and exemptions, as well as covering medium term, including disbursement of 4 billion naira to youths, 2 billion naira towards the cooperative movements, works, health, and education sectors, and massive infrastructural developments, among others. While identifying his government as progressive, which has the interest and welfare of the masses at heart, the governor assured that in adopting the measures rolled out by the federal government, nobody will be left behind, stressing that his government believes in prudent management of resources by making sure that every naira counts.
President of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, has rolled out an agenda of palliatives as a response of the federal government. We support the federal government of Nigeria's agenda and expect to partner with the federal government to ensure that Anambra residents benefit maximally from the federal programs. We shall roll out a more comprehensive agenda that will help to smoothen the path for all our residents and ensure that everyone shares in our broad agenda of building a livable and prosperous homeland.
In his reaction, the traditional ruler of Umueri, Igwe Ben Emeka, lamented that the removal of fuel subsidy brought serious hardship on everybody and commended President Tinubu for approving the release of such loans to states and appreciated Governor Soludo, who he said had increased workers' monthly take-home without prompting, tasking the state government on equitable distribution of the palliatives to ensure that they get to the less privileged in the society.
I want to commend the president of Nigeria for realizing that the removal of fuel subsidy has brought in a lot of hardship to people. And I want to also use this opportunity to thank our governor, the governor of Anambra State, who in his wisdom, even before the introduction of this palliative, started paying workers some increased salary. That is another form of palliative.
Commenting on the matter, the President General of Anambra State Association of Town Unions, Barrister Titus Akbodo, lauded the governor for prudent and transparent manner in which his administration is running the state. He called on communities to provide all needed information to benefit from the palliative as soon as the distribution commences.
He is a man that knows the needs of his people, and that's why he is always ready to be ahead of every challenge that face the state.
Ejike Abana, ABS News.
The Anambra State government, through Anambra Small Business Agency ASBA, has introduced a self-to-business loan package for workers within the state to cushion the harsh economic realities on in the nation occasioned by the removal of fuel subsidy. This was disclosed during a sensitization meeting organized by the agency held at the office of the Head of Service Hall, Chief Jerome Udoji, Secretariat Complex, Oka. We have details from our studio.
Addressing the workers, the head of service, Barrister Okwe Igwebwe, encouraged civil servants within the state to avail themselves the opportunity to raise working capital for small and micro businesses. Barrister Igwebwe urged civil servants to form themselves into 10-member cooperative society, which is a requisite for the soft with low interest loan. She reminded the workers that the package was designed by Governor Chukwuma Soludo to further improve the welfare of workers, and thanked the governor for the gesture shown to workers, especially at these critical times, while promising that her office would ensure that every certification and verification necessary for workers would be done judiciously so as to enable proper loan recovery.
There are things you cannot do as an individual, but when you are working and being propelled by the ideals and objectives of a group, you will be able to achieve such things. So that is basically why we're here.
Earlier, the managing director of Anambra Small Business Agency, ASBA, Saklem Chukwuka, while introducing the ASBA Civil Service Solution Soft Loan Empowerment Program, described the program as a lifesaver for civil servants. Mr. Chukwuka explained that the loan, which was only on 9% interest rate as against the 25 to 30% interest rate loans, which workers access from other financial companies, remained the most flexible at these times. The ASBA boss encouraged workers to access funds to help them in developing farms and other micro businesses which could augment their income and help them secure a happy retirement. He explained that since the loan was on indemnity, clearance must be gotten from the office of the head departments of all the individual members forming cooperative societies, and the debt profiles of such individuals must be analyzed before funds are released to the cooperative society for onward distribution amongst themselves. Mr. Chukwuka also reminded the workers drawn from the 20 ministries that the loan will not be for frivolity, rather for investment, and only workers who still have up to 2 years before retirement would be eligible for the empowerment loan. He praised the governor for remaining steadfast to his promises of alleviating poverty from the state, noting that this program, as designed, would also in time trickle down to other persons in Anambra who are not civil servants.
The Managing Director of Anambra State Waste Management Authority, ASWAMA, Dr. Mike Ozemina, said this month a sanitation exercise in the state capital is an improvement on previous ones, but added that there is still room for improvement to achieve the set goals. Speaking with the correspondent Joseph Ibocha, Dr. Ozemina said, clean and livable Anambra is everybody's business. His report.
Mr. Ozemena called for proper bagging of waste to help waste management personnel, adding that government is spending much to keep the state clean and sustainable.
Anyị nwa ka ọ kacha mkpa ime ka aba anyị dị ọcha. Anyị jere n'ahịa bụ ndị nọ meghe shop ebochi anasa mechie shop kpochie ebe ị nọrụ. So anyị gịnị ka anyị mere? Anyị emechie lo shop so ngwa azara na imechie iwere dọta iwu ya na akpa kiche nye mma ọdụ ọgọ. Idebie ndị ọrụ anyị dọrọ apalia. Gọvanọ sịrị na achọrọ ka Anambra bụrụ obodo kacha ọcha na Nigeria.
At Ekoka Market Roundabout, the Transition Committee Chairman of Oka South Council Area, Mr. Tangod Anago, who led an enforcement team, said Dobe Okocha is a task that must be achieved, calling on all to join hands to achieve the set objectives of the Soludo administration. Residents of the state capital, including Mr. Kenneth Ude and Ms. Chinenye Ofeli, who spoke after carrying out clean-up exercise, commended the state government for efforts in keeping the state clean and livable, calling on all to join hands in that regard by properly bagging their waste.
Tupu ngwe pụtaba anyị kpochesigo ọwa na okirikiri ebe m sachasịa ịbịakwa na okirikiri n'ebe ihe dịka n'ebe street dịka isi afọ ị na-anya efukwa na ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ na-ekpochekwa gọta nwekwa ndị nke na-atụfu afịfịa.
The Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. Ernest Ezeajoy, and Chairman of Aswama Board, Dr. Emma Ezenwaji, were at refuse dump site in Oka to ensure proper waste disposal, where policy statements regarding waste management were made.
Waste is something that everybody has their own response. What you generate every minute, you should be responsible to bag it. Try and in your family, in your shops, in your business premises, create 2 bags. One for recyclable, one for general waste.
Kafa arụ kwado gọvanọ anyị ka o nwee ike menwe ife ọ chọrọ ime maka na adịghị ọcha ugboro ofu nnukwu ọgbata ufie n'ebe ọganiru dị maka anyị adịghị ọcha anyị anaghị ụmụ mpịtịmpị ahịa dị iche iche anyị amaghị anyị na-ejere ụlọ ọgwụ anyị ma onye dị n'akụba anyị ka anyị na-ejere ụlọ ọgwụ ya bụ na a na-agwa ndị Anambra biko onye ọbụla tinye aka ka anyị mee nye ka ọ gaa. We are trying as much as possible to conscientize the people of the state so that they will know that clearing refuse is a very big task that must be done. Everybody in the state must put hands on deck so that we will achieve a good and sustainable Anambra state.
Anambra State Police Commissioner Mr. Deremi Adoye has vowed to clamp down on cultists threatening security of life and property in the state capital, Oka. A release signed by the Police Public Relations Officer Anambra State, DSP Tochukwu Ikenga, said that the commissioner, who described the cultists as murderers, said they are not fit to live among decent human beings in the society. He described those sponsoring the cultists to kill humans like them as cowards who should cover their faces in shame. Mr. Adoye vowed that the police command will come down very hard on the heartless cultists who take pleasure in killing people, warning that he will not entertain any call for release of any cultist arrested in the coming clampdown unless they want to be disgraced. The commissioner ordered an all-out operation against cultists and their sponsors in the state. He assured the people of Anambra State that their peace and tranquility that was punctured by the recent cult-related killings in the capital will soon be restored, and solicited the cooperation of all law-abiding citizens in ridding the society of the menace of cultism. Still to come on the news, Nigeria Institute of Public Relations to go after fake practitioners. COVID-19 variant is spreading to more African countries. Remember that Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo valleys. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. The news returns after this time out. Please join us again.
Anambra State Ministry of Education organizes
first annual Anambra State Solution Teachers Bootcamp.
1,500 teachers back to classroom for 1 whole week.
From 3rd to 9th of September 2023.
Opening ceremony
6th September 2023, time 10 a.m.
Venue
ETF Hall, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Igbariam.
Chief Post
Mr. Governor, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo,
Chairman of the occasion,
Chief Dr. I.J. Agowo, also Gobuswe of Nebo,
introductory notes,
Chief Oster Chidoka OFR, Iko Bosi, former Federal Minister of Aviation,
keynote speaker,
Professor Marcus A. Adedibechi, Vice Chancellor, Aman Patengi University,
lead paper presenter,
Dr. Kingsley Tochukwu, the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Enugu State,
Royal Father of the Day,
His Majesty Igwe Nnemeka Alfred Achebe Abogidi, Obi of Furniture,
featuring
science,
technology,
engineering,
arts,
and mathematics. 1 whole week of intensive workshop and hands-on experience to ignite your passion for teaching.
Best in pedagogical skills, ICT coding, robotics training, and the secrets of effective classroom management.
Unleash your potentials in sessions of flipped classroom, conflict resolution, and leadership skills that will elevate your teaching game to new heights.
Convener,
Professor Ngozi Chukwute, Commissioner for Education, Anambra State.
Be there, be inspired, and be a solution-driven teacher.
Welcome back. The new president and chairman of the Governing Council of the Nigeria Institute of Public Relations, NIPR, Dr. Ike Neliako, has warned all those who are masquerading as public relations practitioners to desist, as he will employ all necessary strategies to stop them. The president, who was speaking at a handover ceremony in his office in Abuja, said, in whatever guise such people are operating, they will be fished as. He would work with the support of the government that gave them the power. Princess Ekwi Ajide is our guide. Apologize for that mix-up. The presence of EG5 of the sub-lineages of the coronavirus has been reported in Uganda, Egypt, Cape Verde and South Africa. The Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said on August 9, 2023, the World Health Organization designated EG5 a descendant lineage of XBB192 and its sub-lineages as a variant of interest following the recent increase in the number of EG5 cases reported. In a statement, the Africa CDC said as of August 24, 2023, over 13,000 subsequences of EG5 have been reported from 59 countries in 5 regions globally, including Africa, Americas, Asia, Europe and Oceania. The Public Health Agency of the African Union disclosed that in Africa, 4 African Union member states have reported the presence of this subvariant or its sub-lineages, including Uganda, Egypt, Cape Verde and South Africa. The agency, however, urged AU member states, including Nigeria and other health authorities, to accelerate the immunization of high-risk populations and strengthen Sentinel surveillance system. Over now to sports. Nigeria has moved to 8 places in the latest FIFA Women's rankings released by the Federation of International Football Association. The Super Falcons, who were ranked 4th in the world in the ranking released in June, gained 94 points and amassed a total point of 1,649 to move to 32nd position in the world. The Falcons' rise in the rankings was largely due to their impressive performance at the just concluded Women's World Cup played in Australia and New Zealand. The Nigeria senior women's national team won 1 and drew other 3 games played at the biggest women's football showpiece before they were knocked out of the tournament by finalist England on penalty shootouts. After securing a goalless draw in their first game against Olympic champions Canada, the Falcons followed it up with a stunning 3-2 win over co-host Australia before finishing the job with the stalemate against the Republic of Ireland. Nothing is as certain in the life of a man as death, but the joy of death is the way one lives his whole life before the sting of death strikes. This notable quotation brings to mind that it is not life that matters, but the courage one brings to it, as explained by Reverend Father Polycarp Madabuchi in a homily during the Requiem Mass of late Mrs. Cecilia Ozibo of Onunoako Amuwo Village, Amesi, in Agwata local government area. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibata reports.
The deceased, who died at the age of 83, is a close relation to the 2021 Anambra State gubernatorial candidate, Chief Valentine Ozigbo. Speaking at the Mass held at Christ the Redeemer College by St. Vincent Catholic Church, Amesi, and presided by Reverend Father Professor Pantaleon Umechukwu, the homilist, Reverend Father Maduabushi, eulogized the deceased as one who represented peace in Ozigbo family. He urged the family to bear the loss, as her death calls for celebration of legacies for a life well lived.
There is a time for everything. Ogo mumode, ogo wegine, omu meregine, dekwas. All hachigo nebosi webe. Kai manu ni na gini na aini na neba biari gba kebe maka odi mmadu obu na obu onye ojo odi ka esi kwado ebe a agaghị akwado ya otu a.
In his tribute, chairman of Ozigbo family, Chief Valentine Ozigbo, recognized the peace-building role the deceased played in the family and said that her death is an opportunity for everyone to look into their lives and live an impactful life that will allow them become partakers of eternal kingdom. Adding that death is a constant reminder that everyone must surely die. He prayed for the deceased children and asked God to give them the fortitude to bear the loss.
Also an opportunity for us to look back into our lives, advise ourselves, what things that we consider important, things that will give us life of impact and allow us to be partakers of that eternal kingdom. Our death is a constant reminder that
children of the deceased, Messrs. Christopher, Shooks and Gabriel Ozigbo, said their late mom was humble, peace-loving and unique, and her departure would forever remain in their memories as they surely missed her.
She wanted to impart the discipline, the guidance as a senior to my younger ones. So we always living together, harmonizing things as a one family. So we implant it in our hearts and we are growing with it. We are wishing her farewell. I know where she will be in the hand of God.
The deceased is survived by 7 male children, grandchildren and in-laws, while condolence visits from families, friends and well-wishers featured at the event. Emmanuel Chibata, ABS News.
And that's just all the news tonight. But before we go, a quick reminder that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us on Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now on the main point again. Governor Soludo has restated commitment to improving welfare of Anambra. Anambra State government has introduced a civil service soft loan scheme. Nigerian Institute of Public Relations is to go after fake practitioners. And we also told you that COVID-19 variant has spread to more African countries. Here's a special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the news tonight. Thank you for joining us. My name is Chidimma Orangwa. Good night.